The fighter and the kid had to run it back, cause we back at it again. Yeah, we gon' keep it moving like it's never gonna end. When it was Brendan, when it was Bryan, when it was just talking to friends. We got the kid Callen on the left with the fighter on the right. Ay, had to do it right, cause we coming at you live. Back with the team, had to keep it OG, must see TV. Had to do it. Yes, we did, cause we back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid. We're out.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, we're ready to start, Chan.
We're ready to start. I had a, I think.
Real quick, Daddy cut his own hair recently because there's one long string like your
There is?
alfalfa. Yeah.
Well, Daddy does cut his own hair.
I know.
Now, here's the
You missed the
problem.
spot.
Here's the problem. There is something about getting older where I used to be a bit of a cutie pie.
Yeah, sure.
My
You're still
nice
pretty
hair.
cute for your age.
Yeah, but I don't think about that anymore. It was an arrow in my quiver that I could always lead with, and I took the arrow out. It's not there anymore. There are women that still like me. Like I'll
Yeah.
get some girl who's into a daddy.
It's not like it was.
It's not at all like it was, but it's also, I just stopped thinking about it. It's fucking weird because I'm a little embarrassed.
That you're not a cutie pie anymore?
Well, no, I would be embarrassed to flirt now, where I used to only flirt. I'm embarrassed because I don't want to be creepy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because
So
you don't
I-
want to be the creepy old guy.
I did a show last night, and a couple of young women came up, and they were very complimentary and stuff. Well, I should tell you, I microdosed a little acid. I'm
Okay.
I'm into psychedelics.
Okay.
Now hold, please.
Okay.
Because I want you to know something. A drop, like a tiny drop in water. You put it in water. This is how you microdose LSD. I've never done LSD.
You just put a drop in water?
I'm not a seasoned tripper, as you know.
Well, who's doing this for you?
A guy.
Okay.
He's a seasoned guy.
You know, when people go through midlife crisis, they buy like a Corvette or whatever.
Yeah. Daddy's going.
Daddy does the opposite.
Daddy's opening some portals.
Sure.
Let's see what's there.
Whatever you want to tell yourself.
Let's see what's there, right?
You can start surfing.
So what?
You can start surfing. Dropping
No,
acid.
I'm gonna get to that.
Weird stuff.
I'll get to that. In a second because I do fucking a quarter of a drop. So it's a drop. Think of a drop.
Yeah.
It's a
If you're
quarter.
taking CBD, it's just like a little dropper. You'll drop.
Yes, I did a quarter. Well, how do I know that?
What color is it? I assume it's orange.
You put it in a tiny bottle of distilled water, you shake it up. I drank a quarter of that. Now, an hour and a half later, I'm not able to really talk to anybody, but I've been writing a lot. And I'm writing like a motherfucker.
Wait, hold on, B. You decided to do this before you go on stage?
Well, this was after my podcast, Conspiracy Social Club, and I had a lot of time to kill because I was writing. And I said, let me see what Steve Jobs is talking about. Let me see what happens
He's a big
when you
acid
do a
guy.
little, he was. You do a little microdose. So I get into that without going into what happens where I go for a walk where there's a sizzle in your brain. There's a sizzle. You are definitely in a beautiful, altered kind of, you're just very focused. You're not thinking about food. You're not thinking about your phone. I go and I'm finally able to drive because, after about 7 hours, whatever. But I drive, I have a great
The
meal.
half-life's like 2 hours or something like that?
No, longer than that.
Okay.
See how long LSD lasts.
Well, Mark knows.
8 to 12 hours.
8 to 12 hours.
We can confirm this, but that's my guess.
Okay.
It's literally longer than any other compound.
Well, there you go.
Not for
Now
me.
that's a quarter drop. Hey, bro. You're the fucking guy who was like, Game of Thrones. I'm not talking to you right now.
12 hours? I don't want... If you gave me 12 oatmeal cookies for 12 hours,
shh,
I don't...
be quiet.
12 hours?
Let me get through my story.
Yeah, please do.
Okay?
Yeah, please do.
Don't be oopsie right now.
I'm just saying.
You being a little oopsie?
12 hours, though?
Hey,
All right,
being
keep
oopsie.
going. Keep going.
Okay?
Let's
be
do
a little
an hour of your acid.
Be a
trip.
little bit into this.
No,
story.
I'm into it. I'm just saying, B, all I'm saying is, for me, I wouldn't... my only reaction to that is when he says 12 hours...
We
not
don't
for
know
me.
yet. Look it up, Chin. Fuck.
No, Mark knows.
I've been pretty confident that I did look it up. It said can last up to 12 hours.
If you do
and that's
a
been
whole
my
hit.
my
But
experience.
if you do a quarter hit, it's not going to last that long. Maybe it does.
Well,
He
here's
knows
what
it.
I'm
All
saying.
I'm saying, B, is he knows his shit.
Here's what I'll say is that if you do a smaller dose,
Yeah.
you'll feel smaller effects.
Well, I will admit this much.
Yeah.
After about 7 hours, I had to be driven to where I was going. I wasn't going to take the chance
But
of
why
getting in a
can't
car.
you drive?
I was fine to drive. I just don't want to take the chance because I was a little bit
Out of it?
too focused on what would be in front of me, and I'd sit on what's in front of me. I don't want to get into a car and actually be driving. I don't think it's responsible.
Yeah.
I was fine to drive, but now I have an amazing meal alone at Via Veneto. And it's an amazing meal because I'm just in my own head. I'm totally cognizant, but I'm in my own head. Now I got to get up and do stand-up at this awesome room called the Rose Room, this new room in Venice. And it's right near the beach. And I'm literally sitting there and I'm going, I don't know. I literally don't know how I'm going to do stand-up right now. Like, I don't know how I'm going to focus on anything. And I'm not thinking about stand-up. I've been thinking about my set all day because I'm writing new shit.
But can you talk? Like, you can
There it
talk?
I can talk and I can listen, but I don't want to be, what I can't deal with is this. If somebody starts talking small talk, I feel like they're in my face too much.
You can hear it.
Yeah. So everything's a little more sensitive. Anyway, I get up. It was the best 45 minutes I've had in probably 5 years. And it was all improv. I improv'd and added shit in, and it was some of the best stuff I've done
I believe it.
in fucking 2 years.
believe it.
I mean, bro.
Because you don't have any restraint,
None.
right? You don't
Yeah.
give no fucks.
Exactly. None. It was like when Rogan, I smoked weed and drank whiskey a long time ago when I was doing Rogan's podcast when he used to do it at the Ice House. And he goes, get up. And I go, I can't. One of the best sets I've ever had. I'm not saying you should do a lot of psychedelics. I'm saying if you're an adult like me at 55, it's not going to change my life. I'm not going to discover new shit,
Good.
but it might open some portals where I'm not in my own way as much, where I'm playing, and I just got up and played.
It depends what you want out of it.
I just played. Well, what I want to do is
I don't know.
I want to shake up. When you get a certain age and you're creative, sometimes you get caught on the same questions.
Yep.
Sometimes you get caught in the same, the same mode of thinking. You ever find yourself on the same train? Sometimes your brain feels like it's on tracks.
Yeah.
And you're thinking about the same shit. There's a certain routine to your life that you want to get rid of.
You need to shake it up.
Got to shake it up.
But where do you go after is LSD acid
Yeah.
thing?
yeah.
I'm joining the Navy SEALs.
I was gonna say, where do you go after acid?
I'm joining the Navy
Where do you go?
SEALs.
Like you graduate to acid. You started with shrooms, now you're at acid. What's next? I feel like 2 weeks from now you come in and like, dude, last night I did math. Okay, and no, don't be crazy. I'm not saying do math. All I'm saying is I didn't eat for 7 days. I'm shredded. Okay.
Yeah.
At the
There's
best
such a-
set of my life. The energy, insane.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep for 7 days.
Yeah. Well, somebody who's done cocaine and Adderall, those are terrible drugs. They're fake. Psychedelics used responsibly and occasionally, I think, are. And by the way, acid LSD has almost zero. I don't think it has any toxicity. It literally remarkably on top.
Mark and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
There was that urban legend when I was a kid that person did acid and then thought they were an orange and peeled their
Yes.
skin. That never happened.
So many
That-
urban legends.
Dude, again, heard that. I'm out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not gonna peel my skin.
I didn't do it until my late 20s because I had heard so many negative things.
Yep.
Are you talking about that Carl Hart
Yes,
who does
heroin doesn't work out. I'm sorry. Here's what I have to say. No one ever did cocaine, meth, Adderall, heroin, and the next day went, it's a good idea. But people have done psychedelics and said, I'm glad I did that. More times than not, probably.
And I would say that because it's not a pathway towards addiction.
Right.
Right. Because I believe you can, I think his point, because I've read about this guy before, was like, I casually use heroin and only a.
It sounds tempting though, doesn't it?
I'm not a nicotine addict.
kinda like this guy
I can
for
do
that.
I like him.
nicotine, right? I know some people, like you take nicotine, you're like, I want more of this. There are certain compounds that I go, I could take it or leave it, and other things I really like. He's basically saying, look, the chemical hooks idea, if you do heroin once and you're going to be addicted forever, it's not true. And you in theory could do it like once a month. I don't know many people who do, but you know, it's an interesting perspective. And what you're saying about LSD is true. It makes you sillier and more playful, and you don't go, I need to do that again right now.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a taboo on heroin. Again, I don't know the
Should
ins
be.
and outs.
Should be.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, Bubba, it doesn't.
I don't know.
It killed rock and roll.
Yeah.
Heroin killed rock and roll. Psychedelics and weed were when it had its heyday in '68, and then they got into heroin and cocaine, and
Dude,
it fucking killed
Imagine
it.
that's your teacher and he comes out. I was like, listen, guys, I do heroin. I want to be very open. It's like, what the fuck? See, just for many years, the logical own findings on drugs such as heroin.
I read this.
Yeah,
He says regularly for 5 years in a row so far, according to this article.
Well,
Since this
he's
article
crazy
came
if to say it's not a addictive drug or that you can't, like, there's a way you can do it and not be addicted. That's insane.
I would imagine some people have
I'm entering my 5th years of regular
insane.
heroin.
Yeah.
Dude, he works at an Ivy League school.
Well, that's the state of Ivy League education. I would imagine that some people have a chemistry that deals with drugs differently. Rogan obviously gets better on weed, and I'm a complete idiot on weed. It's just chemically there's a difference. That's it. So
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe this guy's an outlier. Like he goes, I do not have a drug problem. Never have. Each day I meet my parental, personal, and professional responsibilities, pay my taxes, serve as a volunteer in my community on a regular basis, contribute to global community as an informed and engaged citizen. I'm better for my drug use.
cool.
If it works for him, who gives a fuck, though?
Yeah, sure.
Like, I don't care. I literally do not care.
I think most of the time we're thinking about people who take pills every day because you get addicted to opiates, but it's like, I got an accident, then you're taking it every day. How much do we study like, oh, on Saturday I smoke heroin? I think it's kind of an unknown.
I mean, I
But
kind of respect it
Yeah,
that
me
he's
too.
this, that he's just,
He's an outlier.
he's an outlier. I mean,
The problem is when you start glorifying heroin,
Yeah.
and he's a smart dude and has his shit together, then kids are like, well, I can do heroin.
yeah,
Maybe it's not for you, dude.
correct.
You know? Like, weed's not for me. I'm with you. My body doesn't react well
No.
to it. Never has.
I think
I
the
can't
one
function
thing,
on it.
the one thing, I was talking to my buddy who grew up in Somalia, and in the Middle East, like it's very, very common for men, especially at night when it's not as hot, to come into a room. Everybody sits on the floor, and
fuck
in
a
places like Somalia, you would chew what's called chat or got. It's actually a leaf. It's very acidic, but it's a sedative, and sometimes it can be a stimulant, depending. I've chewed it, and nothing happened to me when I was a kid. But people sit around and they chew it. It's probably a little bit like kratom, I think, but you chew it. It's very fucking common and very, very. It's done a lot, and they just sit on a floor and they fucking talk. And they'll do it every single fucking night. And if you're 12, 13, 14, you're invited in with the men to sit and talk.
Sounds like a fun time.
It is. It's just it's a lost.
sure how
It's
that
something we've
ends,
lost. It's something we've lost. The community and getting together at the end of a day.
Yeah, churches.
Is everything.
Religion does
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But that's
Religion.
usually on Sunday. They'll
Wednesdays,
do this.
too.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Wednesday night mass. Oh, yeah.
damn. Who does that? Shit.
Popping, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's good for churches. Have
Yeah.
you done that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you grow up going to church?
Yeah.
Really?
So my dad, and that's why my dad
You?
makes a choice. Yeah, I know.
That must have been boring for you.
Well, my dad let us make a choice when we were like 6. Like, you want to keep doing this? I'm 6. No. So we got out. Because my dad was like, it was awful.
So
My dad grew up super Catholic.
last time you went to church was 6 years.
No. When I first came to LA, I went to church all the time.
Really?
Wednesday,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Sundays.
you were hanging
Wednesday,
with
Sundays.
Tebow.
Yeah. Me and Tebow, Wednesday, Sundays. Popping.
Young, good looking.
Oh, everyone's sexy.
So you know that
I
this
dressed up.
You know this is a new thing, right? This is I talked to a guy who worked for the Republican Party in D.C. I don't know what he did, and I said, "Did you see the Roe v. Wade overturn?" He goes, "I saw it fucking 2 years ago." So what do you mean? He goes, "You haven't seen the Christian revival among young people in places like New York City?" I go, "What?" And he brought up the churches in New York City alone among young urban professionals and how many people have found Jesus. It's astonishing.
The stats would beg to differ because there's more atheists than ever in the world. In America.
Depending on where you go, Bubba.
Atheism is
like
insane.
less so in America, way more in Europe.
More here.
There's a
amongst the millennials, atheism's huge.
No, not so. There's a religious revival among millennials. Watch this.
Maybe it's popping,
Yeah.
especially in the South. Religion,
no.
religion, football.
That's always been the case. Now it's in the fucking North. He was showing me this stuff. It's crazy, man. Wow.
22%.
Atheists make up 3.1%. Whoa, that's it.
What, 22%?
No, atheists. They're not affiliated with a religion, but
Unaffiliated.
atheists are actually only 3.1%.
But yeah,
it's a lot less than we think.
unaffiliated, 22%. That's you know how many people that is?
Well, that just means they don't go to church.
I mean, they don't. I mean,
Yeah, but Chin, look up
7% of the world
New
is
York
atheist.
City. Fuck, what is it?
Resurgence.
Yeah, like
Catholic resurgence.
Church, young churchgoers.
There it is.
Let's do that first. No deal. Revival.
Look at this.
These are all different stats because you're going
Look at
in
this.
New York, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a larger trend to be a place
Oh,
that's
dude,
probably
it's
known for.
fucking huge.
That article's
Yeah,
from-
this is what
that
I think
article's
this
from
is it.
2015.
Okay, yeah, that's when it started. Now it's like, look at this shit.
There's old shit.
Super old.
Yeah, no.
But you need community, right? It's one of these pillars. That
I just think that it's interesting that a
The
lot of
newest one
cultures
says church
do
attendance
that.
declines. Well, also, man, a lot of older people go to church, so I'm sure with COVID, they're not gathering.
I just think all of us get so busy, and none of us actually. We don't have those villages. You don't have that sort of community that we do anymore.
You need to find Jesus, dude. Maybe that's how this ends. All this drug shit. You see Jesus.
Well, in a way, it's a search for God, as far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned,
Take
for
it
most
easy,
people.
but yeah, sure.
It is.
You think you'll find God?
I think that's what
That would
psychedelics
be a
are.
rude awakening. Like you say, there's not many like breakthroughs. If you got found God,
If I was like,
then I would take it. Then I would take it.
well, the guy who started, one of the co-founders of AA, saw God when he did an LSD trip, and he founded AA.
Yeah.
And you could make the argument that AA continues to save a shitload of lives. It doesn't work for everybody.
No.
It's got a big fail rate, but it saved a lot of lives. And
That's their bit. It's like baseball. That's a game of strikeouts.
he found,
It's just-
but he
that's the
found
business
God.
model.
He saw God and fucking co-founded AA.
Can we take a little break,
Let's-
B?
let's
Can we
take a
take
break. Let's take a
dude?
break.
And listen, if you're looking for a break, you're looking for a great time.
Oh,
Appleton,
great time.
Wisconsin.
Appleton.
Next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin.
The laugh meter hits red hot in Appleton.
Bro, the laugh meter, you better make sure that thing is oiled
September
up. and ready
8,
to
9,
go.
and 10, let's face it, there's not a lot to do in Appleton, let's be honest.
Your boy's in town.
Or in
The Thicccboy is
Oshkosh
in
or any
town.
of the areas around, you might want to come see
We're
your
there.
boys.
Now, the show tonight in the Improv sold out, but Appleton, Wisconsin almost sold out. September 8th through the 10th. Then Ontario, California. Ontario Improv is September 15th, 17th. Then I end September in Boston, Laugh Boston, September 29th through October 1st. Get your tickets at thickboy.com.
There you go.
And oh yeah, tomorrow we launch the new YouTube channel. It's just Brendan Schaub comedy, all YouTube. You get weekly clips, stand-up clips, funniest moments from podcasting. It's a whole new YouTube channel. That's Brendan Schaub on YouTube.
Well,
comedy
you know,
channel.
I'm going to be, speaking of YouTube channels, Tim Kennedy and I, it's probably going to be a 45-minute episode on Best Of with Bryan Callen, and I'm dropping that tomorrow. Tim Kennedy takes me through what it's like to do special forces
He's so
training.
fun. He's
He's
the best.
so much
He's my
fun.
favorite.
We had such a blast.
Then you're on tour too, right, B?
Oh, yeah.
And then you might be
I'm on
launching
tour.
a special.
Bob, I'm launching a special sometime in early September. That's what's going on. Raleigh, North Carolina, Good Nights, September 8th, 9th, 10th. San Jose, California, Improv, September 15th, 16th, 17th. Spokane, Washington, Spokane Comedy Club, September 22 and 24.
Then you're in Tacoma.
And then I'm in Tacoma the following
Might
weekend.
as well
My
just stay
September's
there.
busy. I know. September 29 to October 1. Come get some. And then, by the way, Bridgeport, Connecticut, Stress Factory, October 13 through the 15. There it is.
The wait is almost over, kid. The new football season is about to begin. Get ready for the NFL Week 1 action with DraftKings Sportsbook. All right, NFL Week 1 action with DraftKings Sportsbook. That's right, the NFL is here. The official sports betting partner of the NFL. To celebrate the return of football, DraftKings is giving new customers a can't-miss offer. Bet just $5 on any football game and get $200 in free bets instantly. Want more action for opening night? Say less. Everyone can experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. Get up 7 points, you win. Listen, you bet on team, they don't have to win the game. As long as they get up by 7 points at any point during the game, you win. You get paid instantly, even if they lose. DraftKings, safe, secure, reliable. Best of all, you can deposit, withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code FIGHTER. You get $200 ruse in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That's code FIGHTER only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age, eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. See next page for directions for disclaimer. That's DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download, use promo code FIGHTER.
Can I ask you, do you experience while on LSD an enhanced perception of the interconnectedness of things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I just, because that's almost like the fundamental way
lost
that I
my
think
voice.
about it is like,
Yes.
is I look at trees,
Like
animals, and
hearts.
humans and go like, I'm a part of this, and it's a sensation I can think about. I know it's true when I'm not on LSD, but when I'm on LSD, I'm like, holy shit, we're all one thing.
What I did is I started connecting dots I don't connect normally, and I started being able to define the difference between things that I've been thinking about in a better way.
Yeah.
And I did it on stage last night, and it really hit. So
do you wish you
that's
found it
interesting.
before? Do you wish you did this stuff before, like years ago? You think?
Do you know what I wish I'd done before, Bubba? Is I wish that I had been more like Rogan in that I wasn't as naive to the consequences of not living brutally honestly. Like, and more importantly, I wish, this is really what I wish. I came to LA and I was told, Bryan, just think about acting and stand up, and all the business stuff will be taken care of by other people. Never think about business because it'll get in the way of your art. And that was the dumbest shit ever.
They take advantage.
I wish somebody said, Bryan, you are your agent, your manager, you are running your own business, you're the CEO of your own business, work on your brand, learn branding, learn business, and stop saying it's not for you.
Yep.
Because what I wrestle with every day is having to relearn or at least redefine that idea in my brain. So I wish I had been way more paranoid of people.
Yes.
And I know you feel that way too.
You know, I mean, I've always
do you?
been.
Yeah, you've always
I don't
been
feel
better.
that. I've always been like.
You've been way better.
I've been way better as far as the market and run my own business and not relying on managers and agents.
No, and also people.
people too.
I think I'm too. I was always too trusting.
Yeah.
And everyone always told me, including you, but especially like all the people that really know me, including family members, were like, "You bring in way too much of the broken and crazy."
Yeah, you waste your time on it.
I wasted my time.
But now, you and I are polar opposites when it comes to that stuff. Like, obviously, business side of things, that's what I like to do, stuff like that. And you had a meeting last night with my management and agents. I'm tired, man, because I do everything myself. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, I'm. It's not that I'm relinquishing power, but I could use some help. I told him that I could use some help.
Letting other people help you.
It's a trust thing.
It's also probably a very important thing for business. If you look at people that really have big
You
businesses,
can only get so far on your own.
You can only get so far.
Yeah, that's what I said last night. I said, I've learned the hard way. I'm tired, man. Like, I can't.
Is there any way other than that to learn? Have you ever
For
learned
me?
any way other than the hard way? Because me neither.
I'm tired, man.
Me neither.
Tired. So hopefully they can help out. And if not, all good. There's someone who can. Maybe it's not them, but hopefully it is. But that's why I told him last night. I said, I'm finally ready to admit and give you guys your percentage. I'm tired. I need help, man.
Wouldn't you
Running
say
this whole
also
network, all this stuff, the stand up, it's a lot, man.
Wouldn't you say that I would say this, like finding really people that are really good at their jobs, even if it's menial or even if it's a smaller job, is like gold. It's like finding fucking gold.
People that give a fuck about their jobs. That's fine. Like it's have
Like-
a work ethic and not just ride the wave. What?
That's why Chin's so good. Try finding another Chin. Go ahead. Good luck.
Chin or Mark?
Yeah.
Both of
or
them.
Mark. Yeah.
I can call Mark at 2 a.m.
Yep.
I got done with that meeting yesterday. Mark's the first person I called. So what do you think? This is what they think I should do. Mark's like, I think you could use some help, dude. And that's what I told him last night. I said, between the whiskey, the network, stand-up, the merch, all these other branding deals, it's like, I'm tired, man. I'm sick of dealing with myself. There has to be somebody who can handle this for me. I said, I'm fucking tired. We've been telling this for years. I went, I know. But to be fair, I don't think I would have gotten as far as I did if I had depended on you guys. I said, now I'm ready to give up whatever it is.
Part of
10%.
maybe doing it on your own, you had to do it on your own so you could see what you can't do on your own. Part of it, sometimes you have to try everything so you see what you can't do.
Yeah, it's a huge asset to have that chip on your shoulder and be like, I got this. Whatever, I can do this. But then it's also, you're only going to fly so high.
Yeah.
You need help.
That's right.
And all the big dogs there's a reason why Kevin Hart has help. And
Fuck yeah.
you look at all the big dogs.
Well, that's the reason.
Rogan's the only guy I know that doesn't.
He's kept all the same people with him.
Yeah.
Like Kevin came up with all those guys. They're comics.
Also, I don't want to do it alone. No. It's fucking lonely.
It's lonely. It's fucking lonely and a bore. And there's something about building something with a group that's just so fucking
That's why I have all the guys here. I probably don't need half of them.
Yep.
It's like a team.
Yeah.
They're going to hate him, but I just like a team.
Wait a second.
Fair. Well, you're gonna grow. They'll grow into the business as the business expands.
Hopefully, But I like having a team walk in and like everyone's, doing. You just got to hope everyone carries the word.
Well, Tom Cruise was working on a movie with our boy and the guy, And I said, well, it's taken a year. And he still said no. And he said, yeah, because when he says yes to a movie, about 1,000 people eat.
I was gonna
for
say
the next
I was
year.
gonna say 100, but yeah, probably 1,000.
No, it's
people.
1,000.
They have a job.
Everybody has a job. I mean, it's more than that because he's such an industry that if he says yes to a movie,
Powerhouse.
first of all, it's got to hit.
Yes.
And so if it doesn't hit, he feels responsible for everyone putting their kids through school. Everybody's like this. Am I on the Tom Cruise? Are we working for a year, 2 years?
And you know he doesn't miss.
No, he doesn't miss.
If he signs off on project, you know he's gonna put all into it, and it's not gonna
Dude, he
miss.
spent like a year with our friend, almost every day, and then then was like,
Called it.
no. How about that?
Savage.
Fucking savage.
I just feel guilty saying no and probably go through with
Not
it.
him.
And then it flops.
Isn't that crazy?
And then my career,
Isn't that crazy?
I know. Savage.
Savage, that motherfucker. That's excellence. I love when people criticize a guy like that.
I know.
Do you know what it takes to be him? Do you know what it takes to be a guy like that?
Well, how about the biggest movie he's ever done? The newest one, the newest Top Gun. Biggest movie he's ever done. Biggest blockbuster hit ever.
He's sick. Is he 60?
Yeah, he's got to be right.
Dude, when that movie starts and the opening goes, hope you guys enjoy the movie. I want you to know these are real G-forces. These are real jets. We rented you're like,
He's 60. Look at him. It's just unreal.
God, Brad Pitt's 58?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Brad Pitt's 58.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is doing the goddamn thing.
Brad Pitt's still doing a damn thing.
Oh my God, he looks phenomenal.
He's going through a hard time with Angelina, though.
They're suing each other over the wine
She's
shit.
chewing him over abuse.
Really?
You know that?
You see the FBI reports?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, but
In front of the kids? Come
it's
on.
very,
Brad.
very suspect that she brings this up now.
What
After
does
he
he
sued
claim
her.
he did?
Well,
He grabbed her by the-
This is the FBI report. So
That's what she reported, remember?
Well, she looks old as shit there.
Yeah, but remember, this is what she said.
No, this is the FBI report. Oh, she's saying
Yes.
to the FBI.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because FBI is not on the plane.
No.
Oh.
No. So
She's saying
remember that.
basically he got upset, hit the plane wall, grabbed her in front of the kids.
Yeah.
That's when she got out.
Yeah. He grabbed her by the shoulders and said, "You're fucking up this family." That's what he said. So it's like, okay. Oh, and then he poured beer on a blanket she was under. Okay. And they have to write all this stuff down without any context at all. It had sustained $25,000 worth of damage from spilled red wine. I mean, So
He yelled at her, grabbed her by the head, pushed her. That's her word. Who knows? So she was fucking on his family. Now, listen. And then he said, "You're not taking my fucking kids."
I don't buy any.
Listen, she's an actress. She's crazy.
She's
Yeah. So is he. I'm sure there's some toxic shit.
way less. He's just way less. She's the one who sold from under him that fucking wine company, that Russian oligarch.
Yeah.
It was a hostile decision and also a breach of contract. And they worked their ass off on
But
that.
she won. He took her to court and she won.
Did she?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Did she? I don't know. if
Yeah,
that's
she
true.
won that whole dilemma, which is weird. I
Or
don't know.
did they settle out of court? It
No,
sounds like they might have
she
settled.
won. No, he or she took him to court. See, wins
Whoa.
battle over French.
Whoa.
Took control in 2008. They moved into the chateau that sits on the vineyard. The pit has been toiling over the breathtaking buildings ground ever since.
Whoa.
But Jolie sold her stake to the liquor giant Stoli, setting in motion a web of lawsuits. Pitt's camp has fought tooth and nail to have a court deny Jolie's request for the papers and correspondence. Keep going. But on Friday, a judge in LA said that Pitt and his partners must fork them over to opposing lawyers and said that they can't even hold off until they appeal the decision.
Sounds like a judge that was a big Angelina Jolie fan.
Any rational human being would be happy for Stoli to be a partner. They have top-notch market and distribution. They have huge opportunities to grow the business. He just can't see past his hatred for Angelina Jolie. Look at that place. It does look magical. And they got married there.
Great wine. It's a fucking great wine.
Is it good wine?
Oh, great. It's the best rosé I've ever had, I think.
Wow. But the source close to Pitt told us that not only is Stoli deal not a no-brainer, Pitt had turned down an offer to sell it to Stoli while he and Jolie were still married. They said that the idea of selling a chunk of the business for better distribution is counter to his long-held plan for the project, which is to plow profits back into the company. Plus, they said the best way to retain value for the kids is for the parents to retain full ownership, of the increasingly valuable and expanding asset.
Who the fuck knows what
Of
happened?
6 children.
I mean, they're both outstanding talents, and
Also, Brad just bought another winery, Right?
I think that he wanted a legacy and he wanted it for his kids.
Yeah, you get it. And she sold it to Stoli. Yeah. A big boy. Like you sold it to a corporation. Like your kids are kind of fucked.
Yeah. And anytime you do that,
yeah, man.
The value,
suits
the quality goes down.
The value might go up because the distribution.
No, they'll blend it now. What they're going to do is take that Miraval and they're going to blend it. Yeah.
You don't know the contract. Contract says you don't touch it, just get its distribution. That could be part of her contract.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, don't diminish the brand. Don't, the distribution in alcohol is everything. It's literally everything.
It is?
Everything.
What's that mean?
Distribution, like, I think Tiger Thick, we're in like 24 states, like we're not in all 50. Where I'm at, you don't want to be in all 50 because you don't have the manufacturing and the product to be in all 50. But where they're at, I'm sure it's a big boy. For them to be worldwide distribution, be in all the restaurants, all the chains, Costco, wherever they're at, that's where you're making money. Selling cases. That's, distribution.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what she's trying to do, expand the brand. Yeah, distribution's literally everything.
Amazing.
Whether it's good or bad. That's how Conor blew up. His distribution was insane.
Oh, really?
Insane.
And that's why his brand is worth $1 billion or something?
And then people are like, all right, we'll take it.
Damn. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's all distribution.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. What are you laughing at, Mark?
Just thinking about Conor McGregor, really.
Why?
I just got a kick out of him. And also some of the things. So I didn't know that you'd met him before.
Oh, yeah.
Did the podcast.
And like hung out with him and stuff. Like I didn't.
I was the analyst for Showtime. I was the Conor McGregor expert.
Yeah.
Is he?
I was thinking about his recent video of him like doing like this.
See the video of him getting sucked off by his wife on a yacht?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You have no idea, Chin?
No. This is going around.
Yeah, I mean, it's everywhere.
A lot of funny memes about it.
Yeah.
It's
a weird flex.
Yeah.
It's your wife, dude.
I would never. I mean, okay.
But also, I always view the glass half full. I look down, and God, the guy's living. Getting his dick sucked. He's on a yacht, $500 million yacht. He's on Mykonos Island. Like, it's just a good visual.
When he comes back, he fights.
How do you spell fellatio?
What do you mean?
I don't think you need the word fellatio.
When he comes back, I wonder who he wants to fight. I heard Jake Paul's going to be fighting Anderson Silva. That's the rumblings. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. That's a tough fight for Jake.
Oh, yeah.
But I told Jake that when he came to the, that's not it, Jen.
It says, sex acts video shared on a yacht.
That's the that's the picture. I mean, it's literally, if you go to any MMA site, it's literally the biggest news.
We don't have to see it.
Yeah, you can't really even see it. It's just.
Yeah. It is a weird flex.
It's your wife.
Dude, it's my wife. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, he's just living.
Yeah.
I don't give. It's his wife. Who gives a fuck?
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Look at that beard.
Yeah, Jake Paul, Anderson Silva. Hasn't been made official, but I think Anderson Silva's team leaked it. And I told Jake that when he was at the Improv. I said, at the time he's going for Bisping. I said, dude, Bisping has one eye. He's an analyst. He's moved on. You're not going to get any respect if you knock out Bisping.
No.
He's a legend, but the dude has literally one eye. Do you know that? He's like, really? I'm like, I don't mean like blurred vision. I mean, he has
one eye.
Fake eye.
And by the way,
Vitor Belfort. Vitor Belfort.
Fake knee too.
Yeah. So it's like, you're not going to get our respect from that. Fight Anderson Silva. I'm not saying it's my idea. I pushed him into it. There it is.
Silva.
There it is.
There. Head go down, Brad.
There it is.
And he put that on his Instagram?
On his Instagram story.
And I just had this going around. I'm like, oh, just some guy getting head on a yacht. And then later found out it was Conor McGregor.
Now, some people are speculating that.
Look at that view, though. Like, I looked at it and I was like, this guy's crushing life.
That's Greece.
It depends where you're at in life, how you view this. You're like, oh, this guy sucks. I went, wow, that guy's really killing it.
That'd be Greece.
Doesn't that look nice?
Yeah. I was there.
Dude, a fucking blue beach and a dick suck. I mean, the guy's living, dude. He's probably in a Gucci robe right now.
It's one of those moments where you go, you're not, when you're there, you're not going, I wish I was somewhere else. No. You're not saying, I wish I was on a beach.
No, he's won. Hey, he's won, everybody. There it is. Get back down there. Get back down there.
That's hilarious.
Your kid's going to grow up and see this. Okay?
Yeah, the whole thing is just weird.
Dad's a wild one.
Yeah.
Dad's a wild horse.
Wild horse.
Wild one.
He's a wild one. The larger question is the transition will be interesting for Conor McGregor, but I think
yeah,
transition to get fighting.
Yeah, just losing the juice, and now what does he do? He'll be a business guy.
It's tough when you're worth $600 million to fight these monsters, and you've been out of the cage for a while. Like it's a tough gig, man. That's not what this sport's about. Like it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. It's surprising hearing whenever I hear the behind the scenes of fighters, that are big names, and you're like, oh yeah, that guy, party animal, like, or this guy does. I was like,
yeah.
It's crazy to me. It makes sense, but I never thought about some of these huge names. Like, oh yeah, they love to party, because I'm like, isn't it like you got to be in peak physical condition going against these Dagestanis who never touched a drop of alcohol?
That's probably barely trained for Khabib.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine like, 10 weeks from now, I'm going to a cage with that guy, but I can do some coke and drink every night.
Nuts.
There's that one thing that Islam, in a way, a lot of people would argue got right, where it's like Muhammad said, alcohol, no good things come from alcohol, basically. Yeah. And a lot of
he's never had a good whiskey, but yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of Muslim countries just don't have it. But look at how many families are destroyed, how many fucking jobs are lost because of alcohol. Like,
that's a weird point to make. Like, look how many families are fine.
No,
it's like football too. We'll go to drugs. How many people are addicts? How many people do heroin and mushrooms and acid and LSD?
What do you think the country would be like if you said, like if you had a no alcohol, no drugs policy like Saudi Arabia?
So it would be America. I don't know. I wouldn't want to live here.
We get fatter.
Well, would it be a positive?
I don't know. How many people drink are fine? The majority?
Alcohol causes massive damage in this country.
So does drugs.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You want to cut out all drugs, all alcohol.
There is a school of thought, and it belongs in a lot of Islamic countries have found great success in that. The problem is when you have that kind of the ability to suppress that, does it then stop creativity? You know what I mean? In other words, freedom's got to cut across the board, right?
Yeah, it's like if you do that, then all right, you want to be the Middle East.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
How are they doing? How are they doing?
Good with the bad.
How are they doing?
Good with the bad.
Go to the Middle East. You know, I get what you're saying, like drunk driving and stuff like that. But then also, it's kind of like football when CT and kids shouldn't play. It's like, you know how many people play football and are just fine? The majority. Mm-hmm. But what story do you hear? CT. Mm-hmm. Cool. You know the amount of young kids that play football that are just fucking fine?
Just fine.
The majority.
And also, what do they get from football? Like
the discipline, all that, and like the heartache, like this life lessons.
Yeah, you might have headaches and stuff, but man, you get a lot out of sports like that.
You take away alcohol, like there's some guys working 9 to 5 right now who are chomping at the bit for that 5 p.m.
Well, like anything else, if it's used responsibly, a good bottle of wine with friends is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like censorship. Like, when you start censoring people, like I was watching Andrew Tate on Tucker Carlson. I don't know.
He on there?
Yeah, but they fucking
they took everything.
They took everything, dude, including his banking and stuff.
Oh,
I think that's wrong.
I think it's wrong too. Just because you don't agree with one of his political stance. Well,
they didn't agree with his COVID thing. He said this is a giant overreaction.
But also agree. But remember too, Tate is very pro-Trump and very loud about it. So the left, anyone who's pro-Trump or pro-Republican, they're gonna come for you, man. And the Clintons have been doing it for years. Like you look at,
they killed him though. They literally
took his entire livelihood.
They took his
But B, this is
domain.
My point is this is nothing new. What should scare everybody is Andrew Tate is very famous, very wealthy. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So they took all of that.
Very popular among young men.
And they took all of that. Because they didn't agree with his stance.
That's right. And
that should be very alarming.
Right. It's very alarming to me.
Now,
I'm not a fan. I didn't follow him.
But this is.
I just think it's outrageous.
But this is nothing new. Like if you go back, YouTube's going to suppress this because of all the drug talk. Even though we talked about it in positive light, and we're not talking about being the addicts or anything like that, they're going to suppress this because they don't agree with it. Now they might suppress this for my views on whatever it is, politics. Then, it's their platform, and they believe in the far left politics, and that's who runs. It's
gotten too powerful to behave that way, though.
Agree. You can't say you're a private company so we can run it how we want. No. You're globally used, man.
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten so big, like Twitter and all this stuff. I just think that when you have censorship, who's doing the censoring and on what fucking grounds?
Yeah.
It sounds like your ideology and your political point of view doesn't mesh with a guy like Andrew Tate.
Well, look at our boy Rogan. Yeah. Our boy Rogan was with Aaron Rodgers, and you had Mark Zuckerberg on for that. Rogan's getting too big. So when Rogan goes, Aaron Rodgers goes, I tell everybody, if you don't like what happened with the lockdowns, with all the COVID and stuff like that, vote Republican. All right. So you're pro-Republican. You read the news right now. It's all anti-Rogan. It's all ban Rogan from Spotify just because he said, hey, if you didn't like the way the left dealt with COVID protocols, vote the other way.
Yeah.
Now he's the enemy. They're going to do everything in their power to censor him, to shut him down. This has been going on in politics for years. Anybody that doesn't play the part, you're going to get silenced. You're going to lose your livelihood. Hillary Clinton, who pretends she's pro-women's choice, pro-women's right, has been silencing victims of Bill Clinton for years.
Yep.
This is what they do, man. They make you out to be this black sheep.
No, I mean, this is what happens, man. This is exactly what happens. And they get too powerful. And I do think that big tech sounds incredibly biased. Although there are a lot of right-wing people making a fortune on social media. So, but I don't know.
Here's the thing. They're making a lot of money. They could be making even more money if it wasn't ran. Like, there should be no politics in social media. There should be no banning. There should be no silencing. If you're going to have a board from left and the right, or have people that don't have interest in anything be the dictators of what's misinformation, what's not. Because we've known for how long now that they silenced the Biden, the Biden laptop. They silenced people that said things about COVID because they thought it was misinformation. Now we know it's not. So it's like, obviously the people making decisions are morons that we can't trust. You guys still leave them and pay them a salary. They can't be trusted. There's clearly an agenda here.
Well, this is where the higher education is fucking dangerous, man. Like, in how they've been completely hijacked by one side of the debate. But anyway, yeah, man, I don't know. But I was looking at this, and Andrew Tate said when it comes hard. Like, I watched everything evaporate. I mean,
within minutes,
his ability
boom,
to bank.
They're gonna silence you. They're gonna make
his
sure.
Ability to fucking use banking, like,
Imagine someone took away your banking. You'd be fucked.
Well, Tim Pool said it's going to create a parallel economy. It's going to create, other people are going to create their own banks for people like that, But at this point, I think they're too powerful, and I think they have to be.
I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is, because as powerful they are on the left, they're just as powerful on the right. They're smart. There's more business on the right than the left.
Oh, yeah.
So those people on the right, those smart motherfuckers, are going to go, all right, that happened to him. How do we prevent this? How do we create avenues where if they do that, you're still able to make a living? They're going to come up with something. Unfortunately, it's at Andrew Tate's expense, but they're going to come up with something. And these dummies trying to rally to ban Rogan, they got 7,000 retweets. Very cool. Maybe let's say it's at 1 million, which it's not. Yeah. But let's say it's at 1 million. Let's say it grew 1.3 million overnight, which it didn't, because it's not happening, right? Let's say that. You realize you're still just a fraction of Rogan supporters.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, come on.
You morons.
Yeah. And he's not Republican.
No, all he's saying is we saw how the left dealt with a crisis.
But if they would
obviously
listen to
they didn't handle it well.
But they don't listen to him.
And he goes, so if you don't agree with that, there's only one other way to vote, which would be this, which just happens to be Republican. He's not saying he's Republican or far right. He's just saying if you didn't like the way that the left dealt with lockdowns and took over and ruined small businesses, vote the other way. It's pretty simple.
It's kind of like saying, if you don't like Roe versus Wade, vote,
Correct.
Vote Democrat.
That's hurt the Republicans, which is what's great about our democracy. You have recourse every 2 years, every 4 years. If you don't like it, you can actually you can organize, and you can take your efforts to the ballot box. Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I find annoying? And I'm watching this Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky trial and all that stuff. What's so annoying is, like said, Bill was a Democrat. So when Bill gets in office, the sole job of the Republicans, which it should be America first, is to bring Bill down instead of making America better.
Yeah.
Same with Trump. The sole purpose of the left was to bring Trump down.
Yes.
Still is. Whoever's in office, with whether it's Barack Obama, then the right wants to bring him down.
Yes.
But that's not moving the football.
It's not helping the country.
No.
Yeah.
All you're doing is you're trying to ruin
There's a school
things.
of thought that said, so the founding fathers and James Madison, John Jay, Alexander Hamilton, they talked about this. They wanted to make sure that government was fighting with each other. So they wanted to make sure the way you prevent
teams,
the way you prevent factionalism, so one faction gets powerful, The biggest challenge for James Madison is how do I stop one group, a faction, from getting so powerful and acquiring all the other factions, and everybody's so afraid, and then
we're
one
stuck with it.
guy's running everything.
That makes sense.
So that's why they came up with this system of checks and balances and a bicameral legislator. So you have the Democrats and Republicans that are always fighting against each other. What does that do? It cogs the machine up. It makes government work.
Nothing gets done.
Nothing gets done. Things move very slowly.
Even as the president, you can't get anything done.
The founding fathers, that was by design. They said you want this shit to go
stupid, though.
Yeah, no, but you want it to go slowly because what happens is, and that's the other reason why they said it's democracy, but it's refined democracy. So you have the House, and that's all your direct representatives you can write,
representatives,
right?
yeah.
So they go, let's pass this law because George Floyd had his neck stepped on, whatever it is. Let's pass. And it's very hot.
Yeah.
Everybody, the local populace wants to fucking tear down all the statues.
Yeah.
And the idea was, yes, let's pass a law. It's on the House floor. It's going to get voted. Now it's got to go to what? The wise men.
Yes.
And the wise men who are there every 6 years. There's not as much pressure. The wise men then, who are older senators, then go, guys,
Chill.
let's come to us. Let's chill.
Emotional.
Yeah, this is a little much.
The problem is it takes forever to get
It does.
done.
And then the president, if there's more than 2/3, he can veto it.
Yeah.
He can say, no, I'm not letting this happen. Then the Supreme Court, it can be challenged. The Supreme Court can say, this is actually not constitutional. Now, their job is not to pass laws, but to interpret whether this law is constitutional or not.
That's Roe versus Wade.
Well, Roe v. Wade, they said, actually, the
constitutional.
right to choose should be a state-by-state issue
Yes.
because it's not in the Constitution.
Yes.
And they're strict constitutionalists.
The problem with that is that they start going down the tally there and they go, all right, gay marriage, all
All of
that's
that
not in the
stuff. All
Constitution.
of that stuff.
That's the issue.
Which is why technically in New York now you can carry a gun.
Yep.
Because it's your constitutional right. If you don't have a criminal liability or whatever, you can carry a gun. It's an interesting time.
It is.
But the Republicans overreached because there are a lot of women and men who are like, I don't want to live in a state where if you get raped or there's incest, and you get I'm sorry to say it, but you have a 12-year-old who gets raped by Uncle Tony. She's got to have that kid and breastfeed before or after Girl Scouts.
Yeah, it's
Somebody's got to make those decisions.
Did you hear Rogan talking to the guy on his podcast about it?
No.
And Rogan goes, hold on, you tell me if my daughter gets raped by a guy. The guy goes, there's a lot of children that come out of rape and they're actually good people. Rogan's like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Sorry.
There
No,
has to be some
that's
exceptions.
saying that theory is you don't commit a murder. You don't commit murder because you don't make a rape better by committing murder. Meaning, this is their lie, which I disagree with.
Yes.
Which is commit 2 murders, by the way. But
yes.
But like so in other words, you're saying that abortion's murder. Okay, that's your belief. Fine. But you're saying that if a middle schooler's raped, she should have that kid.
That's insane.
You want to be involved in that?
And that kid, you're telling me that kid's gonna grow up normal?
Get the fuck. Well, how about if it's an uncle?
Yeah.
How about if it's incest? And what is that what God wants? Was God in the room?
Yeah.
Was God in the room when she was being okay? Yeah. Or was he taking a nap?
It's
the fuck out.
dicey, man.
Well, the problem is that these are problems that we have to deal with.
I think the right fucked up with that, and then the left, they're just constantly fucking up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both fuck up.
Well, both Trump runs the Republican Party like a fucking mob boss. Like, you got to kiss the ring.
Oh, yeah.
You want to run as Republican? He better like you. They were talking about this in this book. The guy goes, well, what am I supposed to do? Go grovel? Because he had said something bad about Trump to Fox.
Yeah, dude.
And his campaign manager goes, literally goes,
exactly what
well, yeah.
Yeah.
So he had to go. The one thing about Trump is if you go and kiss his ass in his ring,
good.
he's like, not good. Not good.
All right, what do you got, Jen?
All right. Real quick on that Andrew Tate thing. Did you hear what he said about the whole sex trafficking thing?
Yes. He was swatted.
What do
He
you
was
say?
swatted, yeah. You know
He
what
got
swatting
swatted.
means? When people just call someone's
someone
house
just reported him.
Yeah, and it wasn't true.
They said he's keeping women against their will,
they had no
tied
proof.
up.
They're just
and
fucking
The
with
cops got there.
It's like some haters.
His brother was there. The maid was there. I think his mom was there, and they were
Found nothing.
Yeah, and they
But
all
then they're
they all
running with
became witnesses.
And they're running with this narrative now.
So the cops said you're all witnesses to the fact that nothing happened. He got swatted.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
But the media keeps it on.
Oh, it's all I heard. That's when I heard sex trafficking. I was like, all right, well, now they're dealing with some real.
That's what happens.
And the other thing too,
Charges
she
here.
came out and said like we were role playing, Like,
He's been dating her. That's his girlfriend.
but it's amazing how when you take that account, and even
Oh no, that was when he had. There was a video on Big Brother.
Yeah.
Where he was hitting her with a belt. She came out and said, "That's our thing."
Yeah, she asked for it, I guess. That's their thing.
Yeah.
Which
It's their
it was
fetish.
intense for me, but if that's what she likes, I mean, you gotta give her what she likes.
She said that.
right. I mean, it's
It
the
was
same as-
consensual.
what she liked.
It was a role playing activity, consensual behavior. That was
Yeah, if
put
you
to
take
bed.
that out of context and you just see that
Yeah.
sliver of it, which I did, I'm like, holy
That's
shit,
all they
this is
do.
terrible.
That's all the media
They
does.
got me.
Yeah.
That's all the media
They
does.
got me.
Yeah. In conjunction, it's like, oh, and all this pop set's been there before, but they're acting like,
Yeah, but so if you're
just
talking about
happened.
misinformation, hey, mainstream media, you first.
Yeah.
You
good luck with
first.
that. All right, what do you got, Jen?
All right, it happened
We're
again.
intense today. We're fucking intense.
There's another sex act at a baseball game.
I mean, the other one's just sucking some wiener. This one, they're full.
see here.
He is balls deep in this woman.
So she's on top,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
and then here's another.
Security comes up. And
Yeah.
They are not happy.
It's a police
Dude, all
officer
the, all
too.
the way up there, it's like, and are his pants
Yeah,
down?
mushrooms.
And then
This
you
is
can
great.
I
kind of
wish,
see,
they, I wish they kept playing where security's like, hey, excuse me.
Hey guys, no fucking.
kind of
please.
see them here.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the rock pile area? It's like you're at the back of the stadium. I
You
get
didn't
it.
think you'd get caught though?
There's
dummies?
cameras everywhere. No, up there's pretty lonely. The wind.
I think some people's lives are so fucking boring that they go, "Let's get caught fucking." Literally,
I get it.
It's-
right?
I
Like
get it.
sometimes you got to shake it up.
I get it. But also just, go to your car.
So this Southwest Airlines pilot, they're flying to Cabo San Lucas, and then I guess some people on the airplane,
Quit sending nudes.
they were sending the pilot a bunch of nudes on the plane.
Oh, from airdrop?
Yeah, airdrop.
Dude, this is how old I'm getting. I don't know how to use airdrop. So someone's like, let me airdrop to you.
Buddy,
Let me see.
get off. We're gonna have to get security involved, and it's vacation that's gonna be ruined. So you folks, whatever that airdrop thing is,
like-
take a picture. Let's get yourself to Cabo.
Hey, don't be
This-
such a
Hey,
prude,
He just
bro.
made that up.
Did they just keep sending like dick pics?
I
and
guarantee
stuff?
it's
I don't know
dick
which
pics.
kind of
Also,
nudes.
you
It's
can
not
turn your
naked
Bluetooth
women.
off.
It's definitely dick.
It depends. If there's a group of girls and they're just wild, they might be doing that. Also, be cool, man.
Yeah, just so you guys know, it's a Southwest flight. They were going to Cabo, and people were airdropping pictures to the pilot.
Also, hey, bro, obviously life isn't booming. I'm on Southwest. Be cool.
be cool.
It's already bad enough. I barely get a fucking
Just
seatbelt
ignore
and
it.
peanuts.
Take a look at it and go.
Yeah, we all
right.
got on this plane like fucking cows.
But he's probably super.
Religious?
No, just fucking paranoid, worried. He's got to say something. Otherwise, he's being a voyeur, and then he loses his job for not saying.
But you can just cancel it. When that shit pops up, you just cancel.
Just yeah, you,
Also, just get
Just have fun with it.
Hey, get us to Cabo, bitch. How about that?
I've had airdrop. I've never had naked pictures, but
do you have it allowing everyone?
Yeah, if you allow everyone, apparently it's a big thing in New York. And my one buddy told me that's how he met girls. They'd send him a picture, like they'd be at a bar and they'd take a picture of him and his friend, and they just airdrop all the girls in the bar, and they'd be like, "Hey, did you?" And like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and they start the conversation. Nice. But then also to the other dark side of that, guys on the train in Manhattan are just sending dick pics on the train.
yeah.
It's like if you have it on, you get some dick pics.
Well, there's a
which
guy-
I would listen. Maybe I'm a different kind of breed here. I would laugh my ass if dudes are sending dick pics. I'm like, hey then what are we doing? Who has the big dick in here?
Who's the
Whose
guy?
big dick is this?
There's the guy who was he was a furrier and then he's making expensive furs for all the celebrities, and this woman who's like this, she's really hot, she's like an actress, and she's a PETA activist, and he starts getting into a whole thing with her. They start fighting, and he's like, yeah, but these animals are farmed and all that. Fuck you. And finally, he just sends her a massive dick pic. That
like,
was the end of that. That was the end of that. Shut her the fuck down. Like, here you go.
All right. Oh, you don't want
I'm
me.
done with
oh,
it.
you don't want me killing skunks. Oh, those poor gerbils. That makes sense though. I bet you put those poor gerbils.
It's so aggressive. It's so aggressive. Although I've done that to you.
And was she like, you've done to me,
I
but
just sent him a picture of my hard,
Balls?
my half
Just your
hard
balls?
dick. Going, hope New Mexico's fun, dude.
New Mexico.
Or you're in Montana with your family. I'm like, hope the vacation's going great.
I'm like, dude, my mother-in-law saw this.
I know, I can't help it. My ex-wife, I sent her a picture of my just impossible dong.
You're
and she was with her friends, and it was back. Remember when your pictures would just show up?
Yeah. Couldn't do anything.
Fuck, dude. Shaboom. And he was like,
Your girl sent me a video of you just washing your anus in fucking Bora
sink.
Bora. Yeah. She goes, look at your friend. I went,
oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I went, what do you want me to do? I said, I literally text Bryan, what do you want me to do?
I'm cleaning my
What do you
whistle.
want me to do? Yeah.
That's
I
right.
said, do you not know Bryan? That's what he does.
You didn't even miss a beat.
No, I went, what do you want me to do? That's how I responded to it. What do you want me to do?
Look at your friend. Boom.
Yeah. I went, yeah.
Yeah, that's him. That'd be Bryan.
Have you ever seen him wash his ass before in a restaurant sink?
You guys already kind of talked about this, right?
This is what I have to say about Jake Paul.
So
He's got
Jake Paul versus
balls.
Anderson Silva is rumored for October.
He has some balls.
He's got balls.
Because this is, listen, Anderson Silva beat Julio Chavez Jr., who's 50-3,
do you
multiple-time
not-
world champion.
how do you not love him for
And like beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like did work. This is a tough fight for Jake, man.
He's a boxer. 47-25. That's balls to the wall, right?
Dude, he beats him. I know the community, boxing community, be like, still not a boxer. Fuck, dude. Anderson Silva was set to fight Roy Jones Jr. in his prime. That's how good he was at boxing until Dana put the kibosh on it.
Jake Paul is serious, man.
Yeah, man.
I respect him.
That's an exciting fight.
I agree.
Dude, if he beats him, it's going to be pandemonium.
This guy's very serious about being a boxer, right?
25, 47. His age, his youth on his side. What else you got, Chin?
All right. Tell me what you guys think about this. This is one thing about this that we're going to get to later. She's Czechia. She's a Czechia, which is different than Chechnyan. I just figured that out today.
She is.
But so she's 16 years old.
She's from Czechoslovakia.
So the Czechia is from the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Chechnya is from Russia.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's Eastern Europe and the
Yeah,
other.
we knew that.
I don't think we knew that. It's kind of it gets
Well,
a little.
I definitely.
Brian
I
knew
would
it.
call
for
them
sure.
just
I
Czech.
also knew it. 'cause-
Chechnya is a very
I'd say I'm a
small
Czech.
mountainous
Yeah.
republic.
Yeah.
And
Chechnya and then
So
Czech.
Republic
Yuri's from
was-
Czech Republic, and then Hamzat's from
Chechnya.
Chechnya.
it was,
yeah.
Correct.
it was the Czech Republic.
Okay, so look
So
at
this is her dad.
Her dad and her
tapping her on the
coach.
ass.
Her-
Does the coach tap her on the ass?
Yes, so check it
Okay,
out.
let me see.
I didn't think much of it until I watched the video, and it was a little odd.
Do you know which one's the dad, which one's the coach?
Yeah, the first one's the dad.
And she just won.
Yep,
That's the dad.
that's the dad.
That's dad.
That's nothing.
Fuck.
Okay.
That's
that left
dad.
hand's
That's
weird.
dad.
I know,
But
the
that's
dad.
also dad. Who gives
He
a
loves-
fuck?
It's just
he
so
loves-
many taps,
he
too.
loves his
But that's the dad.
Of course,
He's
and then
it's
they
the
kiss-
dad. All right, let me see the
Daughter.
coach.
Fuck.
Coach
Here
could
we
be
go.
weird. Okay. Okay.
But I mean, that might just be
They're
their
not
thing.
even. They're not even thinking about that shit.
Yeah, I mean, they're all up on that booty.
Yeah.
They're not even.
It was a
thinking
lot.
The viewers out there, it is a handful of ass.
Oh, it's that kind of a team.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of those teams. They're a tight-knit group.
Interesting. They're a
And the
tight-knit
first
group.
one is kind of halfway, and you're like, oh, that's it? And then he goes down further and just does 8 of them.
It's a dad, though, so I don't have a problem
The dad,
with it.
I'm
The
fine.
coach? Okay.
He did a little rub.
Okay, coach
Yeah.
was like, it's prison rules.
We're allowed to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, the coach went, it's prison rules? Cool, I'm going to grab ass, too.
It's like Jimmy Burke when I was dating my girlfriend, and my girlfriend had a blowout ass.
I knew
This
what
is
you're
my-
talking about.
Yeah, this is my serious girlfriend for I don't know at the time 7 years, and we're sitting there, and she's got sand like on her ass cheek, her thigh, and her calves, and she's just standing there, and I'm standing over him, and he just leans down. And he goes, you got some sand on your, because he was talking, you got some sand on here and over here like that. And then he just goes, you got a lot of sand on here. And he starts doing this. And he just looks at me and he just keeps standing there. He goes, what the fuck are you going to do? I fucking,
But Jimmy's harmless. It's so funny.
I jumped on him.
It's so funny.
We start wrestling
Yeah.
in the fucking stand. I
He's
just
so
attacked
funny.
him.
He's so funny.
He goes, the fuck are you going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, and then one time I call her and he happened to be there because he was going to meet us. And I'd forgotten. And for whatever reason he's there and he goes, hello. I go, hello? And he goes, yeah, what's up? I go, is Patty there? And he goes, she's in the shower. What do you want? I go, who the fuck is this? He goes, who the fuck is this? I go, this is our boyfriend, motherfucker. You know me, I was young.
Yeah.
You mother. I couldn't wait. And he goes, yeah, not anymore, bitch.
You didn't like your voice?
Yeah.
That's
Like a
hilarious.
deep
You
hello.
didn't know it's him, yeah.
Fuck, dude. I was like, ah!
That's funny.
So funny.
Where is he right now? Would he ever come here?
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah,
he will.
That'd be
comes
so
in
cool to have
heartbeat.
him on.
Yeah,
He's producing a play.
He's
the
so
best.
funny.
The best.
What else you got, Jen?
All right, check this out. So DaBaby, who's like one of the biggest stars in rap, obviously.
He's huge. So
He got
for
in
those,
trouble?
he got canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Elton John, so he can play Coachella and shit like that.
Damn.
He did he has like AIDS remark or whatever. I just find it too bad.
Basically, yeah, you're saying like if you suck dick, then or if you don't suck dick, if you're a guy and you don't suck dick, then put your cell phones in there. If you don't have HIV or AIDS, it's basically saying if you're gay. You know?
Yeah, frowned
Damn.
upon.
Yeah.
And he did at like the height of cancel culture. So
But this is pretty crazy. So this New Orleans place, it holds up to 14,000 people. He couldn't sell. He couldn't even sell 500 tickets.
Is
over
that
there.
because
They're saying it's because of his anti-whatever.
Yeah,
but
I
then
don't
they
know
also
about
said
that.
there's an EDM act on, and for whatever reason, the people don't want to go to see the EDM.
that sounds a little bit more like
But then he,
there's more to the story than this. I don't trust this story.
Now I will say this: like I was saying,
Smoothie King Center.
in the hip hop game, and they're saying there's like 3 or 4 acts in the world that can sell arenas like on their own.
Sure.
But most of them like the Baby, Little Baby, the Migos, Lotto, like they have to pair up and make an event in order to sell it out. Like there's no one headliners. Like there's like Drake, Jay-Z, Kanye. They can do it outside, and like even J. Cole outside that. Like like they have to get together like Blue Collar Comedy Tour to sell tickets, to sell arenas out. They have to all band together. So if you go, like, oh, Migos, fucking DaBaby, Little Baby, like Migos, like you can't do it just on your
Sure.
own.
Most of them all suck at performing live, too.
They're really
And
bad.
is it because
they're really bad performing live?
And maybe other bands don't want to perform with him just yet? Is that what's going on?
I don't. Maybe. Yeah. That's a
what
good point.
happens.
That could be, yeah, that's
So what happens is you're fucking.
You don't be associated with it.
Yeah, now you're
You might be
publicists are
killing
like,
it,
No,
yeah.
you can't be with him.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
didn't even
happened.
think of that.
Yeah, that's what I think happened.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, this pissed me off.
This was his final statement that he put out that was like an hour long, but I just wanted to show a couple of snippets from it to get a taste
I just
of.
want the world to know in my final statement that if you're a supporter of mine, and I know most of you are, please explain the truth in a respectful manner. Telling these hate-filled people that they're wrong and calling them names won't help. These people are not happy people, because happy people don't act that way. Tell them the truth. Show them that the content is out of context. Show them the long format content. Say all the ways I've helped you. And I really believe by being a genuinely professional, logical, positive person, you guys can change public consciousness for me. And time is a beautiful thing. It's amazing how things change with time. And in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my fantastic life, which I've managed to build with all of the tenacity and mental strength that I try and teach my fans. You know how to reach me. And I'll finish with a quote from my late father. My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor.
Oof.
He's a bad motherfucker, man. I like this.
He's a bad
dude a lot.
motherfucker. He can fight too.
Fucking, I like him, man.
Me too. Good message
Yeah,
overall.
no, fuck yeah.
With a quote
This is more of the quote, but let's see how long it
from
is.
my late father.
It's
It's only 18 seconds, yeah.
My unmatched
Dad
perspicacity,
was the smart as shit using those words.
coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor.
His dad was like a master chess player, I guess.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you'd be wicked smart.
Well, doesn't he have his own? Where can people find him?
His website, probably?
Yeah, his school's still going, and it's interesting because the way that he's been framed, every time I hear somebody who's anti him, they go, "Oh, he's really big with teenagers," as if this isn't a mature adult. Like, Jake Paul was big with teenagers. This guy's big with anybody who
guy's
has a
awesome.
brain. To me,
To me, this guy's big with everybody.
They took all his.
Yeah.
This guy's big with
context.
males. This guy's big with males. It's just not
That's a
teenagers.
huge sin.
Now, teenagers might be into it because there's no outlet for this.
right?
But
Yeah,
who
they
are you
dismiss it.
who are you to silence him because teenagers find him motivational or whatever?
He's
Yeah.
dangerous, Brendan.
Yeah.
Because he's corrupting the youth of Athens. They killed Socrates because he was corrupting the youth of
Yep.
Athens.
Yep.
It's the same idea. I'm not comparing him to
Now- now-
Socrates.
now,
but
now,
it's
what-
as old
Yeah,
as
but it
time.
is, yeah. It's a
Now,
great
now
analogy.
to the left who canceled him, who would you want these young guys to look up to? Give me, replace him.
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
Who?
no.
No,
They
you-
don't want them to. They
don't wanna look up to
They
anybody?
don't want young men to look up to anybody. They don't. The left doesn't speak for young men. The left wants to turn young men into
Young women.
yeah.
Yes.
They don't have a positive vision for masculinity. They know what they don't like,
Masculinity
but they can't
is
say
masculinity is
that
about
this is the
power.
role model.
It's masculinity is equated with patriarchy, tyranny, oppression, rape, war, murder.
Yeah.
That's how they look at masculinity.
Yeah.
They never, ever highlight masculinity as what, you know what they highlight? You know what they think of as positive masculinity? Lack of masculinity.
Right.
Masculinity that emulates femininity.
Right.
Feminine men, castrated, neutered men, who they take all the aggression out of boys.
We'll see how
Contact
that-
sports are
Yeah.
dangerous.
And B, how's that going for them?
Well, I mean, it's
How's that
not
going for 'em?
it's not nature. It's not.
But
it's not
also,
gonna
how's it
work.
going for 'em?
Right.
Yeah. I
Name
think
one
it
thing
is-
they've done that's helped move the ball forward.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Why Silicon Valley? You know who created that shit? Yeah.
And then the other thing I was going to say is it's also been painted as a multi-level marketing scheme, his university, because one of the ways in which you can get money is to use his clips to like make your own YouTube channel. He's like, make your own YouTube channel, use his clips, and you can make money from that. But that's one of like 18
But my
different
thing
ways.
is
that
not
he
about
lists.
him. My thing is that you have these huge tech companies censoring, outright, literally erasing somebody.
Yeah.
And I think that's wrong.
Right. Well, part of the argument was he's a scam artist, but I go, no, he's not. That's a legitimate way to make money. Is like, hey, I'm giving you all this raw material. Go do something creative with
yeah,
it.
using my name and
amongst
likeness.
other
So
things.
is Goop? Is
But that's
Goop,
like right.
is Goop, which is what's her name? That
Just
actress?
Galba? Just Galba's?
No,
Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah.
Gwyneth
Paltrow.
Paltrow. So Goop, that was selling jade eggs to put in your pussy, okay? Or they sell a lot of products. Is that being a scam artist?
Right. You're
Should she
stretching the
not be allowed to
definition.
sell that?
Yeah.
Women want to buy it.
Yeah. But it's-
So wait, hold on. How about different supplements?
Right.
Should we allow no supplements until we have all the science? There are a lot of supplements out there. There are a lot of makeup, skin creams that are supposed to make you look younger. Do they really work? I don't think so.
I agree.
So
That
what are we
if-
doing here?
Yeah. If part of the argument is scam artistry,
This
and I
is
just don't think
biased.
it. They're basically making it out to be a pyramid scheme, which it simply
He
is.
got too big. He got
Yeah.
too big of a fall, and he's going against the grain, so they shut him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And
also I'm sorry, he's also a man of color. I mean, if you guys are not prejudiced, dad is black.
His
So,
dad
I
is
mean,
black.
But also, it's like people should be scared, man. We need to come up with other ways to create revenue.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
You're out of your mind. You don't think this episode gets demonetized?
I think so.
Guarantee. They're all over us. All
The
over.
drug talk? or
Our
what?
good friend Blandrew Mate.
Don't
We can take out the drug talk.
No. Don't get me started. Yeah. It's been a
So
4-hour
what we
podcast.
got
I can
here
start on
is a little
how YouTube
update
does it.
on the story from last week. Ohio woman whose dad fatally shot ex-boyfriend says victim changed after a split. The Ohio woman whose ex-boyfriend was gunned down by her dad told cops the fatal victim was verbally abusive and changed after they broke up. He died from a gunshot wound. We know that. And they had done acid together, I guess. That's why
The girl and the boyfriend?
brought this up. Yeah. According to the woman, she and Rail would take acid while they were dating, but she said she did not know if he was still using illicit drugs around the time of his death because she had not been in contact with him. Allison also recounted the events that immediately preceded the bloodshed. She said that when she saw the glass in the front door break and the door frame give way, she freaked out and ran and hid. I didn't even see when Mitchell Duckrow shot or anything. I just heard it, the daughter recalled. I literally hid most of the time. I screamed a bunch, and then I really started freaking out. The night before the shooting, Rail had left a voicemail for Allison, which was released earlier this month by the man's sister, who has been leading a campaign demanding justice for her brother. Hi, Allie, it's James. Rail says softly on the recording, I just wanted to reach out to you because I just wanted to see how you're doing
Yeah.
and maybe hear from you. That would
Then
be
he
all
comes
right.
to her house and tries to break in, though. So,
And wasn't
Yeah.
he threatening to kill her or no?
It's just
in my opinion, if you're trying to break in, hold on. If you're trying to break into somebody's house like that, and the guy goes, "I have a gun," and you still break into the house,
Yeah, she was.
shooting you.
Oh, she goes, Dad, is he trying to kill me? Allison could be heard saying the 911 call.
Hold on. The ring.
What do you want to see, bro?
The ring video shows the man standing. Oh, okay. Sorry.
And part of this is, I wouldn't recommend doing acid for teenagers. When we talk about this stuff,
Yeah, I'm
you
not
know,
recommending.
let your
that.
brain form. But
It's just so stupid. And then mom says it too of the daughter.
Wait, what about
I
this
can't
biker
imagine what the
gang? Go
parents are
back
going
up.
through.
Go back up to the beginning.
Yeah, where's the biker gang involved? That's something else.
That biker gang went around first.
Paul Mogilevsky with first-degree murder. Mogilevsky is currently being held in the Pinellas County Jail with no bond. This charge stems from the April 27th, 2022 murder of Dominic Pasternoster. And that murder occurred at his residence of 104 Dunbridge Drive in Palm Harbor.
This
Pasternoster's
is a
date of
different thing.
Yeah.
Entirely
Just
different.
go down a little bit more.
I thought it was the same thing.
So, yeah.
It was like biker gangs killed him.
So Mitchell Ducrow against indicting. Okay. Stand your ground law. Yeah. I think they saw this, and it looks like, yeah.
Chin, do me a favor. Go to that one that says the Morin shooting. Says Colorado teen shot and killed while filming a TikTok dance. Go ahead and play that for the viewers.
Oh, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this.
We
though.
saw that other kid get shot.
A teen girl fatally shot in the head while making a
Oh,
TikTok.
oh.
There's a
Deadly
different
Carnival.
story. Let me scroll down here. Hold on. 27-year-old Wisconsin.
2 teen girls have been arrested. Oh, no. One of the suspects, all right, just flies through.
I don't know.
When asked if
flying through it.
when asked if shooting could have been an accident, the girl replied, "It could be an accident." One of the suspects had access to the gun through her boyfriend, who owned it legally. The affidavit allegedly. She then allegedly showed it to the other 2 girls while making their videos. The TikTok recorded moments before the shooting showed the victim dance while in person in the background is fiddling with something on the bed.
Yeah, it sounds like an
Oh
accident.
yeah, it sounds like an accident. 2 minors could face maximum 6 years.
Damn, dude, you
The
got to
frustration I got, if you take a life, you should have to pay for it dearly.
lock your fucking
Not if it's an
guns
accident.
up. Lock those guns
Not
up.
if it's an
in a safe.
accident. Yeah, I agree. That's terrible. Anybody else get shot and killed, Jen? What else you got? Jesus Christ. That's terrible.
Want to do this one?
Yes.
Video shows NYC cop punching woman in the face to the ground. All right.
That's the guy?
Looks like it.
Do we not get the video?
Let's see. Let's wait for it to load.
A shocking video
Oh, there it
shows
is.
an NYPD cop punching. Chin scrolled
Chin,
way
you're
too
bad.
fast.
No,
Yeah,
No,
you're
so
bad.
this
You're bad
video.
at internet, huh?
Look, this video's playing, but it's not playing in the big player, so I had to do this.
Oh, I see you.
Yeah.
I see what you did there,
Yeah,
Jen.
dude.
Oh, rewind it, Jen. He already punched her in the face. Rewind it. Oh, well,
damn.
she hit him, right?
Yep.
She hit him. And then here's my
Say
thing.
again.
Obviously, I say she hit him. She
hit him in the
She
chest.
pushed him.
Yeah.
She's a young kid, and this giant black dude socks her in the
I got a
fucking
problem
face.
with that.
Yeah,
I got
it's a
a big
problem.
problem with that.
Yeah, it's a problem. Listen, as a
could've
cop,
killed
you
her
should
with that.
have some control.
You could have killed her.
Well,
He's
he's.
gonna be in some
I
big
assume
trouble.
he's fucked. Yeah.
He is. He's gonna
What
be in
and also what'd she do?
So they were there, protesting the arrest of a murder suspect, I guess. The NYPD said they moved to arrest a man in connection with an attempted murder on Tuesday outside the 32nd precinct.
I don't know.
So they're all outside a cop precinct.
I do
basically.
think that this woman, you got to, let's not punch a cop. Let's not come at a cop.
Well, she pushed the cop, right?
And then she hit him, I think, right? So
Well, she
pushed
put-
and
she
then hit
pushed him.
Go back and let me see what she does. Again, I'm not hitting a gal.
But here's my thing.
I'm not
So
doing
you
that.
push the cop, bro. You're probably 270 pounds.
Yeah.
You're gonna punch a
I
teenager
agree.
in the face.
I agree.
That's not equal.
Very dangerous. That was way excessive.
100% don't touch a fucking cop. Sure as hell don't push
Yeah,
him.
but that's way too excessive.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. That's
He
not-
rocked her.
Yeah, you can't do that. Don't be that afraid of her, okay?
No, she didn't
You
have
know
a
what I'm
gun or
saying?
nothing.
Yeah.
She's 16.
She hit you. All right.
Also,
dude,
you didn't
just grab
budge.
her.
When she pushed you, you didn't budge.
All she did was. Nah, it's
Yeah.
bad.
But, okay.
She hits her head on the
I got a
cement.
big
Yes.
problem with that. She could have died easily.
Yeah, that's not good. Cops right now at
Anger
an
management.
all-time high. You know, they're dealing with a lot, man. So who knows? He might have came. And listen, I'm not saying he shouldn't have punched her at all. He should have, sustained her and
Boy.
held her down or pushed her down.
Yeah.
But he might have came from a previous crime.
Is there
who
a
knows?
chance he pushed her?
No.
That's a punch.
Yeah,
But also,
you don't fall down.
have you ever had the instinct to even touch a police officer?
Never.
Like,
Never.
I wouldn't even cross my mind.
No. Well, even me, like I don't want to get shot.
Well, there's a romance to the idea of being like, I'm going to get arrested for disorderly conduct. I'm going
Ooh,
to
that's
stand
not
up
the
for
way
what's
to go.
right.
Spit on him. Spit on him.
Oh, good
Yeah.
luck with
Don't
that.
punch him.
Yeah.
Well, either way, that's That's a real punch, man. Jesus
Oh, that guy.
Christ.
Oh, and she hits her head on the
He
cement.
could have killed her.
Yeah, that was bad.
There's just no need for it.
No, I'm not.
Well, folks, AOC is back at it again, posting a dancing clip.
I'm sorry, I wish she was uglier. This one, she drives me nuts. She's also out there.
So
Fuck,
hot.
she's batshit crazy.
So hot.
She's so hot.
I know. Wait, what is
frustrating.
What is she doing? She's dancing.
In support of our Finnish prime minister friend, who, oh, by the way, somebody commented on last week's TFAC episode with some interesting context. A Finnish person was saying, look, you see this clip and it's like, oh my God, she's just trying to have fun. Why do they? He's like, there's way more to it, dude. She was like, days that she said she would be in office, she was drinking like all night. Like she
that's
didn't
a
show up
problem.
for events because she was drunk. It was like 8 things he listed. It's like, this girl has a problem. And also, she made a big deal about the drug test. She was like, no. She took it like a week later. They were like, you
Once
can take it
out-
right now.
Yeah, if she was on coke,
Yeah.
the half-life
Is
of
she-
that's like a
Right.
thing.
She's like, oh, no, I'll take it
It's
next
like
week. See, I
hours.
took it. And it's like,
Is she?
well,
So is she? Is she
like-
in trouble or she's back to work?
well,
this is why the society's like, hey, bitch, you can't be fucking throwing raging parties
Or
when you're
can
supposed
you
to be in
be?
the house.
Or can you?
No.
If you
Yeah.
want
And I think she's-
if you want to elect a hot 37 or 36-year-old lady
He's the one that
as
voted
the
her in.
head of your fucking country, you're gonna have to. It's gonna come.
Yeah.
with
Well, that's like Bill
fun.
Clinton. It's like, you know what you signed up for?
Yeah.
He has dick sucked in the Oval Office.
It's gonna come.
Yeah.
with
You gotta get
fun.
your dick sucked.
yeah.
Well,
And
that guy was out of control, right? Like,
yes.
But you voted him in. He had all these allegations before, and then Linda Tripp just finally came out and did another interview. She runs a Christmas shop in like fucking Maine or something like that now. She came out. She's like, oh, there's thousands of women. Like there's a rotating door. Like he's a savage.
the idea that it was just my
and,
little
and,
rotating
and,
door.
and then she was like, but even that, like, he's a terrible human being. Nobody's worse than Hillary Clinton. Like Hillary knew all these women, and she was just whatever about it. But if they said anything, she would ruin their lives.
Oh, I'm sure.
And she says she's pro like female movement.
not pro-female.
She goes, there can be a more opposite.
you know who voted against her? Women, white women her
She's a
age were like, this
cunt.
bitch is a fraud.
She's a cunt.
Oh man.
She's a terrible human being.
Well, I think if Clinton ran today, he might win. I think he could beat fucking.
I mean,
Trump.
he can't, but yeah.
No, but
Can't.
he would be a guy if you said you're allowed to run against Trump. He's so old
Obama
now.
would beat him. Obama would beat him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think Obama beat Trump.
I do too.
But they have nothing. Who's going to beat him? Newsom?
No,
Buttigieg and fucking Kamala Harris? You guys are fucked.
no, yeah, it's not happening.
Oh man, but yeah, it's funny because she flattens it. AOC flattens it down to like, you know, women empower her dance. I'm all for it, but it's like it's not about that. It's not about somebody getting in trouble for dancing. She was doing drugs all weekend. She was on a bender.
Well, we didn't see her doing drugs,
times.
Mark.
And you know what? I like her more.
Right. But
Now I don't want to run in my country.
it's an example of like almost like the Hillary Clinton thing where it's like you're reducing it down to like she's a woman, she's great. It's like what about all the other things
Yeah.
though?
If that was a guy out partying all the time, like the mayor of fucking
Yeah.
New York, you seen him? Adams?
Yeah.
Just he's with French Montana.
Oh, he is?
Oh, dude, he's smoking.
I didn't
cigars.
know that.
Oh, he's wild. And they're like, "Hey, crime's never been higher." He's like, "Chill. Give me a cigar."
Right.
Yeah.
Because you don't care until it interferes with your job.
Yeah,
So-
I know a lot. I know some guys who were on the force with him,
Yeah.
and he was never really getting involved, and he had his eyes on this prize for a long time.
Oh, I'm
He
sure.
never really made a lot of arrests. He was
Well,
just
now
sort
he's
of-
not doing anything. Crime's through the roof. He's just partying and shit.
Wow.
Going to like fancy dinners. People are so frustrated with him. Is that it, Chin?
One more?
Yeah.
Yeah. here's a
I
fun
guess
one.
if it's good.
Yeah. He.
Oh
he-
no, yeah, he broke over because she turned 25.
Any girl over 25 gives him worms.
He's all ugh, ugh. God.
They're all so hot. They're like every one of them is just like even better now that they're 25, and they're gonna get better when they're 35.
Every 23-year-old girl is like, "Here we go, baby."
Strange. What is this?
You know, DiCaprio calling
on.
Callen Monroe on her 25th birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, you old geezer.
You old geezer. Hey, happy birthday, you old geezer.
It's fucking so weird.
Miley Cyrus is walking away. Once his
125.
girl, it says Leonardo DiCaprio once his girlfriend's brain finishes development, kisses her hand, waves goodbye.
Is that Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, it is.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, she's so talented.
That was
Look at
her.
her. How, dude?
Dude, as soon as
There's
she
something
turns,
wrong with that? Oh my
as soon as she turns 25, he's all, "I hate to do
God,
this."
he's disciplined. And look at his body. Like, he doesn't give a shit.
No. Savage.
And what are you guys thinking about it? Like, because people really judge him, and I've heard so many women be like, there's something wrong with him. Like, do you think that's, if you're a billionaire with access to any girl you want, like, do you judge that?
you mean 23-year-old women are attractive to older men? Weird. It's like as old as time.
This just didn't.
Yeah. It's like,
No,
can you
'cause
believe him? It's
That's
like,
not a full-grown
yeah.
woman or anything. That's not a full-grown woman.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's
Look at that
gorgeous.
child.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, right, a child. Okay.
Yeah, and she's not having the time of her life.
In any other time in history, she'd have 4 kids by now.
Yeah. And she's not having the time of her life on yachts, fucking going to award shows after you won for the fucking Reverend and shit. Like, what are we talking about
At the
here?
top of the mountain.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Breathing
now,
the
now at the
air.
time she was 19, but still a good time for him.
And her.
Do you think they make him sign a, or he makes them sign a contract?
I'm sure.
Oh,
It's
he's got it locked
Dude,
down. He's looking around at what happens. And he's like, they tried to come for him.
Yeah.
And
That's why he doesn't do. He doesn't do interviews. Like the only podcast he's ever done was Mark Maron, and it was for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Mark Maron and Brad Pitt.
He's also surrounded by-
Brad Pitt's a Mark Maron fan.
Yeah.
So Brad talked Leonardo into it, and Leonardo kicks it off. He's like, "Listen, I don't do interviews. I don't do podcasts."
That's crazy.
He's also surrounded by like a very tight-knit group of guys he's had with him for a long
Yeah,
time.
Tobey Maguire. Mm-hmm. They used to play the infamous Hollywood poker game and millions and millions of dollars.
Jonah Hill too. They're close.
Yep.
I wonder if the girls have to sign, like when you're saying sign stuff. I wonder if the girls have to sign something saying like, if we break up, you can't say anything about me.
Sure.
Oh,
on the,
an NDA?
on a podcast or something like that.
100%.
Or when I'm 25.
1,000. You ever heard a bad thing about Leonardo DiCaprio? Ever in your life?
Not one.
Never. They can't. They get sued through the fucking roof. NDAs are fucking airtight, daddy.
Yeah.
Airtight.
Yeah. So with Leonardo DiCaprio's team, it's a nightmare.
Smart.
Already.
We might get a season
But
just
this
after
is a
this.
guy. This is a guy who grew up in Hollywood, watching people fall, watching what really goes on when you're famous. The very famous people got to him when he was young, like Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, he has his black belt in it.
Like
Jack Nicholson.
They educated him.
100%.
They were
This
like,
is how you
"Listen to me."
move. This is what you do.
Yeah.
You get a house behind
Nobody's
one
your
oak.
friend.
You get a house behind one oak, right? You meet a young lady, few of them, right? And you go back and forth, okay?
But those guys said the press is never your friend. Interviews are never.
You
your
never
friend.
see him doing anything. He's a
So
savage.
smart.
Rare.
So
Very
smart.
rare.
And
I'll tell you where you don't have to sign an NDA at Appleton, Wisconsin. Appleton is next week, Thursday through Saturday. September 8th through the 10th is Appleton, Wisconsin. Then I'm at one of my favorite clubs ever, Ontario Improv. That's one of the first Fighting Kids we did.
Yes, it is.
About 7-8 years ago, my man.
More than that, Bubba.
Yeah, I know, isn't it
Crazy.
nuts?
Yeah.
Ontario Improv, September 15th through 17th. Then I end September in Boston, Laugh Boston, almost sold out. September 29th through October 1st.
Awesome.
October, I'm in San Jose and Salt Lake City. Get your tickets now. But Appleton, Ontario, Boston, September. Get your tickets at thickboy.com. Tonight's show at the Improv is sold out already. Schaub and Friends is sold out. It's Chris D'Elia, Theo Vaughn, Rappaport, and David Spade.
Ooh, that's a nice lineup.
Isn't that fun?
Jesus.
I could not
love
look
that.
more Mexican there.
I
look
that.
pure Mexican there.
Yep. You really do, in a good way. Raleigh, North Carolina, good nights, September 8th and 9th and 10th. San Jose, California, the Improv, September 15, 16, 17. Spokane, Washington, Spokane Comedy Club, September 22, 23, 24. That's all in September. I'm in Raleigh, San Jose, Spokane. Then Bridgeport, Connecticut, Stress Factory, October 13, 14, 15. Tacoma, Washington, Tacoma Comedy Club, September 29.
You gotta switch. You gotta switch Tacoma in front of Bridgeport, right? Because Tacoma's September 29th,
Holy fuck.
and Bridgeport's October
Oh,
15th.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, holla.
Wow. Thank you. That's really weird.
What can you do? All right, this is the Fine Kid. We're out.